you and I have an agreement, then that will satisfy the government.
Well, so far we don't have any.
We'll just have to see if we can make a deal with Parker one way or another.
Yeah. And you have to be nice.
So we're gonna have to buddy up somehow.
Oh, now we're buddying up. What happened last spring, Tony? Give me one good reason not to tell you to go yourself.
Tony Beets has taken Parker Schnabel to the Supreme Court over a shocking betrayal that could destroy Parker's career. This is more than a mining dispute. It is a full-scale war over power, respect, and millions of dollars. Parker's reckless move has forced Tony to fight back, and now the entire industry is watching. With decades of experience, Tony refuses to back down, determined to make Parker pay. Let's tune in to find out what happens next. Just when things seem settled, a new twist in court changes it all. The Beets versus Schnabel legal battle. This whole mess started because of something Parker did, and Tony is not letting it slide. Court documents show that Tony believes Parker stepped way out of line, and now it is up to the Supreme Court to sort things out. The legal battle is not just some minor disagreement over a claim or a piece of equipment. No, this is on a whole different level. It is about respect, reputation, and a whole lot of money. And just when Parker thought things couldn't get any worse, a new piece of evidence emerged that could change everything. Both of these miners have built their empires from the ground up, but their methods could not be more different. Tony, the old-school, no-nonsense miner, has been in the game for what feels like forever. He has got the experience, the grit, and a way of doing things that makes it clear he is the boss.
Sick performance. They never get it. They just never get it.
Parker, on the other hand, is the young gun, always looking for the next big move, willing to take risks that could either pay off or blow up in his face. And this time, it looks like things exploded in a way he was not expecting. The tension between these two has always been there. Anyone who has watched them work knows that they do not always see eye to eye. Tony has been a mentor to Parker in some ways, but that does not mean they have always gotten along. There have been disagreements, arguments, and plenty of moments where it was clear that neither one wanted to back down. And now, it has reached the point where Tony is not just walking away, he is taking legal action. The legal battle is going to be expensive, and it is going to take time. Lawyers, court fees, and everything else that comes with fighting a case at this level means both sides are going to be spending a fortune just to prove their point. But for Tony, this is not just about money. He has got a reputation to protect, and if he feels like Parker crossed the line, then he is going to fight until the very end. There is no way to predict how this is going to end. The Supreme Court is going to hear both sides, and they are the ones who will have the final say. But one thing is for sure. This is not just a small mining dispute. This is a battle between two of the biggest names in the business, and no matter what happens, the mining world will never be the same. Tony Beets is no stranger to making headlines in the mining world. His operation has been running strong for decades, built on a foundation of hard work and traditional mining techniques. He has a crew that respects him, and he does not take shortcuts when it comes to business. He believes in doing things the right way, even if it takes longer and costs more.
Tony expects a lot from himself, so he expects it from everybody else.
That's just how it is.
His reputation as one of the toughest miners out there is well earned. Parker Schnabel, on the other hand, is known for his willingness to try new strategies and push the limits. He took over his family's mining operation at a young age and has been breaking records ever since. He is not afraid to spend big money to make big money, and he has been known to take risks that others would not even consider. Sometimes those risks pay off, but sometimes they lead to trouble. And this time, trouble is exactly what he found. The disagreement that led to the lawsuit did not happen overnight. There have been signs for years that Tony and Parker were not on the best of terms. People in the mining community have whispered about their rivalry, but no one expected it to reach the level of a Supreme Court battle. This is not a simple case of two miners arguing over a claim. This is personal, and both men are prepared to fight until there is a clear winner. Court documents reveal that Tony believes Parker overstepped in a way that is impossible to ignore. He claims that Parker did something that directly impacted his business, and that is not something he can just let slide. When it comes to the mining business, every decision carries weight. One wrong move can cost millions, and in this case, it looks like Tony is saying Parker's actions cost him big time. Mining is not an easy business. It takes patience, skill, and the ability to make the right calls at the right time. Tony has been in the game long enough to know how things should be done, and he does not take kindly to anyone who tries to cut corners or make moves at someone else's expense. He has worked too hard for too long to let something like this go unchecked. He is making it clear that if you cross him, there will be consequences. The amount of money involved in this lawsuit is staggering. It is not a minor claim. It is a full-blown battle for financial and professional survival. Tony is not suing just to make a point. He genuinely believes he was wronged in a way that demands serious legal action. Parker, on the other hand, is not backing down. He has built his reputation on being fearless, and he is not about to let Tony push him around. The legal process will not be quick. Supreme Court cases take time, and this one is shaping up to be one of the biggest mining-related legal battles in history. There will be hearings, testimony, and a mountain of paperwork. Both sides will bring in experts to support their claims, and every piece of evidence will be examined closely. The outcome of this case could change the way mining disputes are handled in the future, and everyone in the industry is watching closely. What makes this case even more intense is the fact that Tony and Parker are both well-known figures in the mining world. They have fans, followers, and supporters who are passionate about what they do. People are taking sides, and the debate over who is right and who is wrong is heating up. Some believe that Tony is simply standing up for himself, while others think Parker is being unfairly targeted. As the court battle heats up, Parker stumbles upon a game-changing discovery: the mother lode. There's a huge gold jackpot that just appeared on Parker Schnabel's land. We're talking about a gold mine worth $400 million. That's right, big money, big risks, and even bigger rewards. But do not think this is just another lucky break. This is a make-or-break moment that could redefine the gold industry and Parker's empire. If you have followed Schnabel's journey, you know he is not your average miner. The guy does not just sit back and let things happen, he makes them happen. He started young, managing his family's big nugget mine, but he was not about to stay stuck in his father's shadow. He took what he learned and ran with it, turning risks into serious cash. The man bet on the Yukon, throwing $15 million into untouched land, and guess what? That gamble paid off big time, bringing in over 80,000 ounces of gold. That is about $160 million right there.
That is unreal. Sets us up so well for the next few years. I really want to thank you all. I mean it from the bottom of my heart, and I hope that every one of you guys wants to come back.
But he is not one to sit on his wins. Nope. He is constantly looking for the next big score, and that is what led him to Brazil. This is not some backyard operation. This is a land where gold does not just trickle out, it floods the market. The Amazon holds secrets, and Parker was determined to uncover them. What he found? A gold mine that is changing the game. We are talking about a $400 million gold jackpot. And this is not just any gold. This is the kind of gold that makes miners lose sleep at night dreaming about it. It is almost 100% pure, which is unheard of in the industry. That is the kind of find that does not just make a miner rich, it makes them legendary. But before you start thinking he is just rolling in money, let us get real. Mining is not some easy cash grab. It is a war zone of broken equipment, massive expenses, and the constant fear that one wrong move could cost everything. Finding gold is one thing. Getting it out of the ground and turning it into profit? That is the real challenge. Gold mining is not for the faint of heart. Every ounce of gold pulled from the ground comes with its own set of problems. First off, you are dealing with regulations, and when you are operating in Brazil, that means a whole new level of red tape. Government approvals, environmental concerns, and security threats are just a few of the headaches that come with the territory. Then there is the crew. Managing a team of miners is not just about barking orders, it is about keeping morale high when conditions are brutal. Parker knows this better than anyone. He has built his reputation on leading from the front, working just as hard, if not harder, than the people he hires. That is why his crew sticks with him through thick and thin. And let us talk about security. When you are sitting on gold this pure, you are not just dealing with business competitors, you have to worry about theft, sabotage, and people who would do just about anything to get a piece of the action. Keeping a site like this safe means serious investment in security, and that is just another cost stacked onto an already expensive operation. Parker's rise to the top is not just about good television. Sure, Gold Rush made him a household name, but he is proving that he is more than just a reality show character. His Yukon investment was a calculated move that showed he had the vision and the guts to bet big. And now, with this new Brazilian gold mine, he is proving he is not afraid to take on the kind of risks that most miners would not dare. But what sets him apart from the other gold miners out there? It is his mindset. Unlike many others in his position, he is not blowing his money on flashy cars or ridiculous mansions. He does not even own a personal home. Instead, he pours his earnings back into his business, constantly reinvesting in new opportunities. He has taken his dad to a World Series game, treated his crew to unforgettable experiences, and kept his focus locked on the bigger picture. This gold mine is not just about him, it is shaking up the entire industry. It is proof that even in a world where many think all the big gold finds are already spoken for, there are still massive discoveries waiting to be made. It is a wake-up call to miners everywhere. The gold game is far from over, but with big finds come big responsibilities. Gold mining has always faced environmental scrutiny, and this mine is no exception. Keeping operations running without destroying the surrounding ecosystem will be a challenge. On top of that, managing relations with local communities and government officials will be just as critical as the mining itself.
They obviously had a lot of really good data and were able to raise hundreds of millions of dollars, but then they lost it all and went bankrupt.
And let us not forget the impact on the gold market. A find like this can send ripples through the industry. While a single mine might not change global gold prices overnight, the sheer buzz around a discovery this big could drive investors toward gold, boosting its demand and value. While Parker faces his next big move, Tony proves he's still the king of the gold rush. The man, the mine, the millions. Tony Beets just pulled off something massive again, raking in $2 million worth of gold in just 14 days. This was not just a lucky strike or a fluke, it took relentless grinding, moving mountains of dirt and pushing his crew to the absolute limit. The guy knows how to turn grit into gold, and if anyone thinks he is stopping here, they are mistaken. He is already plotting his next move, and judging by his track record, it is going to be even bigger. Tony Beets is not just some guy with a pickaxe and a dream. He is a full-blown gold-digging powerhouse. If there is a spot with even a hint of gold in it, he will sniff it out. This latest claim was a total jackpot. He has this uncanny ability to zero in on the best land, the kind loaded with gold just waiting to be unearthed. Some might call it luck, but with Tony, it is all strategy, experience, and a gut instinct that rarely misses. No one mines millions in gold alone. Behind every big haul is a team that eats, sleeps, and breathes mining. Tony's crew is a tight-knit group of seasoned diggers, machine operators, and troubleshooters who know exactly what they are doing. When something breaks down, and in gold mining, something always breaks down, they are on it. They keep the machines running, the dirt moving, and the gold flowing. Without them, those gold nuggets would still be buried under tons of gravel, and that massive payday would have stayed a dream. Digging up a lot of money in gold is not just about scooping dirt. It is a grind every single day, battling brutal conditions and unpredictable setbacks. Equipment breaks, weather shifts, and sometimes the gold just does not show up where it is expected. But Tony and his crew push through. They know that every extra hour of work, every repair, and every calculated risk brings them closer to that next massive payday. That is why their numbers keep climbing while others struggle just to break even. Gold mining is not just about striking it rich. It is a full-scale business with real challenges. Prices go up and down, regulations tighten, and competition is brutal. Tony is not just a miner. He is a businessman who knows how to keep his operation running no matter what the industry throws at him. That is what separates him from the rest. He is not just digging for gold, he is building a future, one massive haul at a time. Mining is old school, but staying ahead means embracing new technology. Tony understands this. His operation is not just about brute force, it is about working smarter. New equipment, better processing methods, and tighter systems mean less waste and more gold. While others are stuck in the past, he is constantly refining how things get done, making sure every ounce of gold possible gets pulled from the ground.
I mean, it's a good white channel stuff. Turned out very well, let's put it that way. Nice work, Mike.
A fortune in 2 weeks is just another milestone for Tony. He is already eyeing the next claim, the next big dig, the next record-breaking haul. The hunger does not stop, and neither does he. His success is not just about hard work, it is about never settling. When others might cash in and take a break, he is already planning his next move. And if history is any indicator, whatever comes next is going to be even bigger. The process is grueling and non-stop. There is no room for laziness in an operation like this. Every moment matters when chasing gold, and Tony's crew knows that. Every morning before the sun even creeps over the horizon, machines are roaring to life, workers are suited up, and the day's battle begins. It is an endless race against time, weather, and ever-changing ground conditions. One wrong move can mean losing out on a fortune. They are not just digging dirt, they are moving earth, uncovering history buried beneath the surface and turning the raw ground into pure profit. Each haul is a massive undertaking, requiring hours of prep work and precision. The operation is not just about finding gold, but extracting it in the most efficient way possible. The volume of dirt and rock that gets moved is staggering. They are sifting through thousands upon thousands of tons of material, all in the hopes of finding those tiny, glimmering flecks of gold. It is a constant test of patience and persistence. Some days the results are massive. Other days they barely scrape by, but quitting is not an option. They push forward because they know the next scoop could be the big one. Tony is not one to sit back and hope for luck. He calculates every move, and he is always thinking ahead. Even before the current claim is fully worked, he is already planning the next step. Scouting the right land is an art form, and he has perfected it. He understands how gold moves, how it settles, and where it is most likely to be hidden. It is not just about digging in random places. It is about understanding the landscape, reading the terrain, and making informed decisions that lead to massive paydays. The kind of machinery it takes to make these hauls happen is no joke. These are not small tools or everyday equipment. These are massive industrial-grade machines that chew through earth like it is nothing. Maintaining them is a full-time job. If one breaks down at the wrong time, it could cost tens of thousands of dollars in lost production. That is why his team is always on alert, ready to fix anything at a moment's notice. Every hour the machines are running, they are making money. Every minute they are down, it is a race to get them back in action before losing valuable time and gold. Is relying so much on massive machinery a sustainable future, or are we heading for an industrial disaster? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe for more.